Well, hello. The NFL season is indeed upon us with the opening Sunday of action. I'm Chris Berman. This is Tom Jackson. For 20
Good
years.
to see you again.
How are you? How have you been?
I'm good.
Well, normally we're at another time, but you know those
Front, you go into a hostile territory, you get the quick score, you quiet the crowd. Things couldn't be better early for the Cowboys.
Now, we know Byron left, which is a tough customer. He gets drilled and a flag on Roy Williams right here.
You know, pretty vicious hit, but certainly a bang-bang play if you're an official. He ruled that it was a late hit, but certainly could have gone the other way. Not only thinking he's open, he actually looks a little open.
That led to a Fred Taylor touchdown, 24-10. But no, he now opened his T.O. Drew Bledsoe to T.O. with a great grab, 21 yards. So late in the...
How to keep from taking the big lick, and New Orleans Saints using him in a lot of different ways.
8 catches for 58, and now here 18 of his 61 yards as he picks up a first. It's 9-0 New Orleans in the third. And welcome back to Kellen Winslow and also Braylon Edwards. Winslow, first career TD. They've been waiting for this for... Welcome! Have a cheesesteak.
And we're going to take a look here. Look at the front seven, how Donovan McNabb froze them by showing them the football, making it look like it's a handoff. At the exact same time, Stallworth selling the fact that he might be blocked, and then he runs through the defense and finds himself.
Now, McNabb against Mario Williams, and you knew that they do a little schooling today.
Well, they know they've got a rookie on in. They freeze him, and then the pitch to Westbrook. Westbrook gets the corner because Mario Williams bit on the fake. You know, Mario will get better at reading that. You take a closer look at it right there. He looks down the line of scrimmage, thinks he's going to see the handoff.
Here in the same drive, now a reverse. No, not a reverse. And so that gets everybody. Whoa! Now the little flick out to Westbrook, and you know that Bryant can move it. Has a little block down there from Thomas to Pay. 13-0. They missed the PAT. Mike Nugent, kicker, horrible day. Missed the PAT, missed 2 field goals, and almost cost his team. Because, boom, that's Cortland Finnegan on the blitz. Pennington doesn't see him, and with the score at 16 to handle. Tom Brady saying, all right, let's go. But on the very first play, welcome back to Keo Spikes from the Bills. London, Fletcher, Baker, Werewolves of London. Touchdown, one wagon circled by preseason, regular season. We're tied at 17. J.P. Lossman, look out, J.P. Ty Warren, 94, safety. A safety. Again, and you talked about it this morning, a big guy in front of Ray Lewis. And boy, did that make a difference.
You know, you see these guys coming through. Ray Lewis right there. Bart Scott and Ray Lewis in the middle again, attacking the formation, getting the running back. Ray Lewis gets blocked. Bart Scott gets to the ball.
Lewis and Scott, Lewis and Clark. Meanwhile, Michael Pittman blown up by Ray Lewis. And look at this. Bang! Woo. And the Ravens, quote, enough already. He ran for 48 yards. Then watch the rollout. Design. Hits Michael Jenkins hard. And whoop! Ken Lucas misses. Gone. 13-3 Falcons on the...
Baker sends it high up in the air. It's going to back up Devin Hester to his 16-yard line. He's going to return it. He's going to run right. And with a burst to the 25-30. Opening 35-40. Right side midfield. Got to block that field to the 40. 30, 20, 15, 10. No chance. Goodbye. Touchdown. Look.
Hit Chris Baker. What a big play for the Jets. Down 10-7. Now they lead 14-10 at the half. Kerry Rhodes hits J.P. Lossman. Fumble. Victor Hobson, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, into the end zone. Defensive touchdown.
Spleen following the Bucs' loss to the Panthers on Sunday. Carolina's defense beat them up most of the afternoon, and sometime during the second quarter, Sims suffered a ruptured spleen. Played through it to the end of the game and missed just 2 plays in the second half. Sims' condition critical for a time, but listed as stable since the operation. His doctor says he should make a full recovery. Quick anatomy review. The spleen's primary function, filtering out old and damaged blood cells and helping the immune system, destroying bacteria. Recovery under normal circumstances takes 6 weeks. But the timetable
to go, all of a sudden, it's 14-7 before the half. 14-10 Bengals third quarter. Palmer nailed. Ike Taylor makes the pick. Ryan Clark made the hit. And let's take a look at Henry. Amazingly, eventually got to his feet and continued.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the league office to take a look. Ryan Clark launches himself, but the hit is made with the shoulder and not the crown of the helmet.
I'm going to repeat it, Tom. The team's going someplace, make you pay for it immediately. Next play, Palmer to, you say Ushman-Zeta.
I say Ushman-Zeta.
I say a tremendous juggling catch for the touchdown.
Yeah, and take another look at this. You know, TJ could be a one on any other team. You just look at the way he concentrates on the play.
In the playoffs last season by Denver. Who doesn't love 3rd and 1 when you go deep in the second quarter? Jake Plummer, Javon Walker, 32-yard touchdown pass. To the 4th. Broncos at a 10-0 lead. That's right. Patriots being shut out going to the 4th quarter. Plummer again finds Walker, splits the defenders, 83 yards for the score. Jake's second touchdown pass of the game. No picks for him. Walker's second touchdown count. The Broncos, the first team since the 42 Chicago Cardinals to not allow a touchdown the first 11 quarters of the season. And Kevin Fall, the 42 Chicago Cardinals to not allow a touchdown first 11 quarters of the season.
Play 7.5-minute drive, 7-0 Jacksonville. Terrence Wilkins was a Colt in 99 through 01, then in 03. 3 years later, he's back. And does he make an impression? David with the block on the last man, and he could go all the way. Too shy of Andre Reed, 4th all-time receiving list. Then, do you think Dallas Clark? No, just stay there. Just stay. It's a touchdown. Get in there. Touchdown, Manning. You don't see this. Haven't seen it in 4 years. Peyton will. No, you got it. Yes, look at Peyton Manning. Touchdown. His first end be Green Bay and Detroit. Neither team with a win, but Brett Favre on the verge of a milestone. And the rookie Greg Jennings makes the catch and whoop! Gets by 3 Lions, gets a block, and somehow stays in bounds. He could go all the way. 75 yards, 400 touchdowns in Brett Favre's career. Only Dan Marino in the NFL has thrown more TDs. Congratulations to number 4. He's thinking of dog years, I don't know, or Lyra or something. He comes off the line of scrimmage and it's Kitna, though. Look at this, though, Tom. It's up there. Roy Williams is there. We're going to call it 4 touchdowns. No, I'm only having fun, Roy. We're tied at 14. Favre, bootleg. Up 17-14, now up 24-14 to Donald Duke and the driver. This is why he came back. And now a screen to Amon Green. In the end zone. 3 touchdowns. You think he's excited?
Hey, don't you feel relieved
that
you get a chance to see that?
Now, the game not sealed yet. 31-24, a minute to go, but Green fumbles. LeVar Woods hit Jamar Fletcher. Jamar Fletcher recovers. Kidna and the Lions have one last shot. But they're going to have to throw the Hail Mary. And, Tom, if you're the Packers, what do? You
got to knock it down.
But, Zakeem almost sneezes his way into the photo, but he doesn't make the catch. Brett Favre, and the Packers win for the
Rams forced to punt. Matt Turk, off it goes. Troy Walters. He's going to fair catch that, baby. Flag on the play. Referee Bill Carolla signals offsides in the Cardinals. Motions that the Rams would decline. Rams thinking the game is over, right? Bolger Warner, midfield. It's all great. Good game, except officials get together to discuss this ruling. And well, we have
the ruling on the field is offside defense. That penalty is declined. The receiving team called for a valid fair catch. By rule, they can put the ball in play with a free kick. They've elected to do so.
So by a rule, Neil Racker is going to tee it up from 77 yards to try and win the game. Well, Scott Linehan, the Rams coach, says, well, no. If that's the case, we'll accept the penalty and take the ball.
The ruling on the field is defense offside. That penalty now is accepted. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and we'll extend it for 1 on-time down.
All right, game can't end on the defensive penalty. Denny Green says it's as angry as he's ever been since arriving in Arizona. Don't know if that's Warner or the game or what, but this time.
Texans game 0-3. Somebody else was coming out firing and accurate, by the way. Big day for Mark Brunell. A little shovel pass there to Clinton Portis. Well, he was 1 for 1. Quick pass, Santana Moss, he's 2 for 2. Finds Brandon Lloyd, he's 3 for 3. Brunell here to Chris Cooley, he's 4 for 4. And Brunell, this is actually a touchdown pass to Antoine Randall Randall's going to do most of it on his own. A 23-yard touchdown. Brunell 5 for 5. Redskins up 14-7. Here, play action, finding a different receiver. That's Mike Sellers, so he's 6 for 6. Brunell started the game by completing his first 22 passes. That sets an NFL record for most in a single game. Donovan McNabb has the overall record. He once had 24 consecutive completions, but that was over the course of 2 games. Checking back in on Brunell, he's now 10 for 10. Brunell finishes 24 of 27 for 261 passing yards. He's now 12 for 12 at this point. Clinton Portis had his first start of the game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. Back to Brunell, that deep completion. He's 13 for 13. Liddell Betts off the bench, his 3rd career 100-yard rushing game. So the Redskins did some running, not just passing. Here's Brunell. He's 15 for 15. The Texans, the 28th different franchise Joe Gibbs has defeated. Brunell on the move. Complete. He's 17 for his first 17. Redskins roll up 495 yards of total offense, avoid their first 0-3 start since 2001. Brunell 19 for 19. Here, looking to make it even 20, and he does. Brunell off the play action to Moss, his 21st consecutive completion. That ties the NFL record. Going to break it right here. The fade to Lloyd. The streak over, right? Wrong. Roughing the passer is called. Check it out again. Thomas Johnson throws Brunell down, so the streak remains alive. He's 21 for 21. Here's Brunell.
Oh.
Take care of things.
Come on, throw it downfield.
For his 22nd consecutive completion. His next attempt, by the way, was incomplete. Oh, by the way, Redskins fought.
Now 9-6 Chicago. 4th quarter at their own 12. Little trouble. Look out, Rex. Antoine Winfield, who made 10 tackles, has the big play. Last night, a horrible scene. Bench clearing brawl, 3rd quarter, University of Miami and Florida International. 13 players ejected, 8 from Florida International, 5 from Miami. This morning, kicking guys down, etc. Head coach of the Hurricanes, Larry Coker, announced at least 8 Miami players will be suspended for their role in the fight. The length of the suspensions have not been determined.
Long time. The melee breaks out here. Keep an eye on Anthony Reddick here, Errol. He's going to take his helmet off and hit another player. Are you kidding me? There's no place in this for college football. I would just give him the bonehead. 13 players injected with many more to come. But forget it. I'm going to give every single...
Top-ranked Buckeyes looking to avoid the upset. With plays like this, it shouldn't surprise you that they, in fact, did. Ted Ginn, a couple dodgers, and then turn on the Jets. 60 yards for the touchdown. Buckeyes up 17-0. That's his 7th career kick return for a TD. And then 3rd quarter, OSU pouring on. Troy Smith is a Heisman candidate for reasons like this. Finding Brian Rubisky for another touchdown. Ohio State wins big, 38.
Number 6, BC, Virginia Tech. Sean Glennon standing tall in the pocket, and then Austin Giles he just ruined the poor fella. Look at that. Oh. I hope we got like an extra $5.
Number 1, we're going Rudy Poo SmackDown. Remember Scott Stevens of the Devils? Say hello to Dion Phaneuf. He is now the new big-time hitter in the National Hockey League. We don't see him a lot because he plays for Calgary.
Yes,
so we don't see him a lot on the Sports Center highlights. But Dion Phaneuf, remember that name. He's like a strong safety. Ronnie Lott.
But while the score, Albert Haynesworth, watch what he does. Defensive tackle Tennessee rips a helmet off of Andre Garrod. And then this is unbelievable. Steps right here.
Gets worse.
On his head, not helmet, head. Which is just despicable. He doesn't understand what the problem is. Jeff Fisher says, I understand what the problem is. You've been booted from the game, and more on this later. You're going to be booted a lot more. And this is Garrod with it. So Young figures we're down 31-14, but let's see if we can get something to happen. Throwing off the back foot right to Brady James. Cowboys, gone. Cowboys win it back.
Bears would eventually score anyway. Thomas Jones gets in the end zone. Then Grossman up top to Bernard Berrien. 3rd touchdown of more than 40 yards already on this year for the Bears. They win 30
carries. Saints would kick a field goal at the end of that drive. 4th quarter, Panthers in a tight one, 14-10. Deshaun Foster, 16 carries, 105. Panthers, 21-10. The best hit of the day, and the best hit of the day by the Panthers, maybe from Keyshawn Johnson. Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, another blitz, please.
6 yards, 7-0 Colts. Chad Pennington, though, playing so well. To Jericho Cotchery. They love him. Why? Get out of my way with the stiff arm. And 2.5 minutes to go now. 3rd and goal. Manning to Brian Fletcher. He's being chased. That's a beautiful play. 24-21 Colts to the Jets. Return to kickoff. Justin Miller just flagged for a long pass interference. How do I make it up? I go from 3 yards to the end zone and then whoop, makes the play. Martin Gramatica. I don't think so. You could go all the way. 103 yards. Justin Miller. 2:20 to go. The Jets lead at 28. Jonathan Vilma can't quite get it. So back to the Flintstone Mobile. Manning to Marvin Harrison for 19 yards.
Going out at the 1 allowed them to use up a little bit more of the clock, so a little less time after they scored for the Jets.
Peyton Manning now he's gonna sneak it himself. He hadn't had a touchdown. Down at the 2. Wow. Now watch this. Chad Pennington, the hook and ladder to Leon Washington, last play of the game, to Brad Smith. Smith will fire it to Lavernius Coles. Coles goes as far as he can, and then he's back to Chad Pennington. Then Chad is going to pass it to Justin McCarron's lateral, I should say. Then McCarron's in Colts territory to fires it back to Brad Smith, and then it's a fumble. Lavernius Coles, he got it. And then, there's no skilled player open. Nick Mangold, he gets the ball. Mangold, back to Leon Washington. He can't hold. Jason David falls on it for the Colts. Everything but the Stanford band during that play. Tick, tick, tick. 2 plays later. 41 seconds. Steve McNair to Todd Heap. Bang! That was Sean Merriman that tried to knock the ball out, but didn't make the tackle. And McNair.
Hey, Hall. He's had 10 kick returns in his NFL career. He'll field this right at the 40-yard line. He finds a couple seams, and that is number 11 on the kick return list. Chiefs win 41-0. Worst.
For the U.S. Ryder Cup team over there in Ireland, J.P. Lossman trying to get his team to 500. Fearless Price, he's got it, he's down, he's back up, wasn't touched. And here, not tackled by the fellas in the purple slacks. You gotta...
Second quarter, Falcons 9-3 inside the 5. Michael Vick scrambles, looking for Michael Jenkins. Instead, he finds Adrian Wilson. And, well, Adrian's from High Point, and this could be a high point of his NFL career. 99 yards, longest interception return in Cardinals franchise history. He goes to the 99 restaurant. He's got reservations for 6 yards. Third quarter, 15-10. Cardinals down on Kurt Warner's pass, tipped by Michael Boley, intercepted by D'Angelo Hall, 37 yards. Warner was 6-0 against the Falcons in 6 starts. He'd be demoted to quarter. After a second Kurt Warner fumble, Falcons take advantage. Michael Vick to the rookie from Mississippi State, Jarius Norwood, 78-yard touchdown run, the longest in Falcons franchise history. So you got the rookie doing that for the Falcons, and you had the oldest.
Coming off a tough loss where they dominated the Colts statistically but lost. Here they were down by 10 till Byron Leftwich hooks up with Reggie Williams, the star from UW. And his head comes off, or his helmet does, keeps his head. Scooby-Dooby-Doo into overtime, and that is where Mark Brunell, maligned for his arm strength, perfect pass to Santana Moss, and he's gone with a speed 89. Scott, you can forget it. That's it, and that's all. Touchdown, his 3rd of the game. The Redskins win in overtime. Back. It is 14-13 Pats. Brady lost one up to Rashad Caldwell, who gets just blasted by Kevin Casefaharn. Incomplete. Personal foul called on the play for a blow to the head. Caldwell was shaken up. Looked like he had been knocked completely clean of his senses, which basically he was, but he did return to the ball game. Next play, statement game, statement made. Maroney shakes free and tells Madieu Williams, get off me. Gives him the stiff arm. He had 125 yards, did Maroney. Yeah, you are strong, son.
There is Brady Quinn looking. Pump fakes. He rolls to the near side. Throws it. It's caught by Samardzija. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. He's going in. Notre Dame has scored.
When you got this guy, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch is just a great runner. Just, he has great vision, great movement, great lateral movement, and just hits it real hard downhill. Great vertical runner.
After that touchdown, 2-point conversion, good. Then dramatics here. Tip drill, Hail Mary at the end of the game. Marlon Wood hauls it in, and we're going to overtime, tied at 24, Robert Smith. In the first OT, it's who else but Lynch, the Pac-10's leading rusher.
Watch this cut right here, a couple of nice cuts. Like I said, just really finds those vertical seams extremely well. Great running. A lot of fun to watch.
Number 10 gives Cali 31-24 lead. Huskies drive. They also have a number 10 on defense. His name is Desmond Bishop.
Kind of wasting his time running right there. He could have just gone ahead and laid it down.
31-24, Marshawn Lynch drives his team to their 7th straight.
Second quarter, we pick it up Troy Smith. No doubt about it, he's the leading Heisman candidate right now.
Well, I tell you, what a great move there. Just finding a way to get separation from the defenders and then getting the ball to Ted. Classic type play that you've seen out of Troy Smith.
Buckeyes up 14-3. Then Smith, look at the touch on that pass.
Look at the catch by the tight end. Fully extended like that. Catching a fingertip catch.
Jake Ballard-Smith, 4 first-half touchdowns, all to a different receiver, and then again passing the ball this time to Rory Nickel for the touch. Buckeyes up 35-3. They going to win.
It was Monday night. The Bears trailed Arizona 20-3, but it's a fumble. Mark Anderson levels Matt Leinart, Mike Brown. Touchdown, 23-10. The lead is down to Edgerrin James. Stripped by Brian Urlacher and Hillenmeyer. Fumble! Peanut Tillman, 40 yards. 23-17. Arizona lead down to 6. Then the punt at his own 17. Devin Hester goes up the middle. And by the way, there was nobody covering this. We could see it from the end zone that he was gonna go all the way. 24-23 to Bears. The Iraqers made all the field goals last year. This one they needed, no good. Bears win 24-23. Dennis Green in a dry heat.
What we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
It was a stunning game, that's for sure.
They settled for a 32-yard Jason Elam field goal. Jackson in motion. Tatum Bell gets away from the first man, McGinnis, and that's a touchdown for Denver. Once he cleared McGinnis, there was no one else.